So this week on Taste Like Home, I'm taking a recipe from Bridgend in Donegal to Portland, Maine and Pelham, New Hampshire.
I love a good apple tart.
Good.
For the pastry, add sieved flour, castor sugar and a pinch of salt to a large mixing bowl. Combine the dry ingredients with a knife.
This is the hard part. People dread making pastry.
Oh, I hate it. Yes.
I know you tell me.
I shouldn't tell you that, should I? Take two.
Cube some butter or margarine, and while it's still chilled, mix it in with your fingers until you get a fine breadcrumb. Pour in most of the beaten egg, reserving a little for glazing your pastry. While stirring, add in enough water to bring the pastry together and then put it in a bag and refrigerate it for at least 30 minutes. Once the pastry has cooled, cut it in half, roll it out, making sure each half is big enough for your baking dish. Place the pastry base into a greased tin and trim the excess to fit.
Now, how do you do these? Do you cut them in half and then take the core out? Is that how you, or
No, I don't.
you slice them?
Leave that knife
Okay,
alone
I'll
there a
leave
minute now.
Anne has a very particular technique for dealing with the apples. Cut away the top and the bottom of the core, then slice into thin slivers directly into the pie base. If they're cooking apples, add a little sugar and then drizzle with water. Use some of the egg wash to stick the pie lid to the base. Cut a slit in the centre of the lid, trim away the excess pastry and then pierce it all over with a fork.
I don't know if it lets the steam out or decoration, but I've always seen my mother doing it, so I've always done it.
Seal the pie by pressing the fork around the edges and then glaze the lid with the last of the egg wash. Bake in a medium oven for about 45 minutes.
And all you had to do was peel the apples.
I got away lightly. What do I have to do for the snowballs? That's what I'm
Oh,
worried
it's
about.
a different story.
Anne is preparing a second dish, a unique family favourite, snowballs. Start by melting butter or margarine in a pan.
And I'm glad to see you working.
Oh, you put me through the paces now today,
But
yeah?
you have to earn your money somehow.
I'm telling you
You're
now.
not just a pretty face.
Oh, stop now, you.
Add the melted butter into some crushed digestive biscuits along with some condensed milk. Stir together to form a sticky biscuit dough.
So these were a recipe that you always made for Christmas?
Yes, and they used to fight over them so that
Wet your hands, then flatten a small amount of the dough in your palm. Place a marshmallow in the centre and then wrap the biscuit mix around it. Roll the snowball in your hands as if you were making a meatball and then cover in the desiccated coconut.
No.
They're great. That's a lovely family recipe, isn't it?
Yeah.
A delicious apple tart and the totally unique snowballs